This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, dope. Could you guys just mute it for me? Well, I'll just mute and unmute as we go along. That'll probably make it a little easier. Okay. So, this is our first interactive workshop. It is called To Own Your Niche. Okay, it's sponsored by my beauty company, Mocha Mrs. Beauty. And what this is our like part two to our live. So, if you've been attending our sessions on Facebook Live or catching a replay, then you're familiar with our first setting, our first Facebook Live on niche, which was called Niche Down, Serve versus Sell, right? So this is the first workshop. So I just want to go ahead and get into it and get you guys ready. So if you haven't got your pen and pad yet, you should go ahead and do that now. So the first slide. What is a niche anyway? It is your personal sweet selling spot, your dollar bill, y'all, okay? AKA a specific market that you're targeting. Now, just a recap in case you don't remember or anything, yada yada. The Facebook Live recap is niche marketing equals major money, them dollars, okay? You can't serve everyone, but you can sell to everyone, right? So, although everyone might not be your target audience, everyone might not be that market that you're striving for, but if they came across your product, it's available for them to buy. That's what that means. You got to get super clear on your target audience, which is goes hand in hand with number one. And how are your competitors reaching their customers? And what are they not doing? Okay, how can you be different? The last thing is to plot on your takeover, your specific target industry that you're looking for, your specific market that you're trying to reach. How can you take over, right? So now this is the part where it gets interactive. This is the part where I need you all's help, right? It's called Five Steps to Finding Your Niche. I'm just going to pop you up real small so that I can get you all joined in with me. So, five steps to finding your niche. Step one, pinpoint your passion. Uh oh. Pinpoint your passion. What were you interested in when you start going into business in the first place? What made you um, go into business, right? That's what you want to pinpoint first. Now, you can do this by writing out the five interests you have, write out five passions you have, which magazines or Instagram inspired you to create a product or service line. So, this is the first step, you guys, that we're doing in our interactive workshop. So, I'm going to unmute you guys, starting with Lisa, and see what you think. Oh, you're going to have to unmute yourself, guys. It's not letting
Okay.
you. Okay, so if you have your pen and pad ready, what is one of the top interests that you have when you first started your business? What made you go into it?
Okay, so I like glitter and smelling good and mythical creatures. So I put it all together.
Oh, that's a really wide interest, but it's there, just like the people who do, the soaps and the
Yep.
glitter poop and all that stuff.
Yep.
So, out of those things, what is something that you're passionate about when it comes to your brand, when it comes to creating your business?
I want them to do what they say they do and actually be useful. So if it's supposed to be moisturizing, I want it to be moisturizing. But I also want not just like regular moisturizing. I want it like when I work on body butter bars, I want them to like be healing for like skin issues like eczema or something. Like in general, I want them to be something that actually has a purpose, not just to smell good, not just to be pretty, but to serve a purpose for your body.
Right. And actually, that's part of why you're writing this out. Like, so once you have the eczema and the stuff like that, you can start tailoring your details and your marketing experience towards that. So, with that being said, which magazines or Instagrams have inspired you to create this product or to offer this service? Also, if you don't know right now off the bat, you can go and research this or Google it, come back to it, or just take note on it. But if you
Okay,
can
yeah, I don't have any
hmm,
hands right now that I can.
think of, right. So what you can do is just write it down, write the idea down, and then come back to it. But you want to make sure you write these steps down so you can really get clear on your niche, okay?
All right.
So Tiaja, we are on you, honey love.
Hi, I'm sorry. I'm kind of trying to get stuff done, but I'm hearing y'all. Um,
Oh, that's cool. If you don't want to, if you don't want to, speak or whatever, you could just let me know, and I'll keep going.
yeah, I'll just listen to y'all.
Okay, that's fine. So, okay, I'm gonna go to the next slide since everyone is ready. If you can, you guys, if you see this, just copy it, screenshot however you're doing it, so that you can get these notes, okay? Now, step two. You all heard of Captain Save-A-Ho, right? But this is Captain Problem Solver. You need to put on that cape with that big P and that big S and see how can you solve the problem, right? So based off your passions and based off your interests, what specific problem can your product serve? For example, Lisa says she wants to make products that's or make her butters and things like that geared towards people who have eczema. Well, then that is a problem that your product can serve, right? So once you get that clear vision, what is it that you can offer, or what problem is it that you can fix by offering something, right? So, ways that you can do this are your target audience interviews, right? And what that is when you go into these Facebook groups and you go into wherever you feel like people who inspire you to create a product or where you want to offer them something, you just have a little interview with them, offer them something free, or just ask for their help and see where their mind is, okay? Ask them what their pain point, ask them what's their number one or their top three problems when it comes to picking the right product or picking the right lip gloss or picking the right lipstick or picking the right body butter or picking the right body spray, right? You just talk to your target audience. And if you don't necessarily want to talk to them, you can create a survey. It's survey like Survey Monkey. You can create surveys on Google Forms. You can even Google some form services but those are the top two that I can think of right now. You can create you a survey and send it to your target audience to fill out, and that will help bring in more research for you, right? So the second step that you can do is you can research your problem, right? So all you gotta do is people who have eczema, people who have whatever your problem, whatever you realize your pain point is, research it. Get on Google, go to the library, get out and about, go to workshops, go to conventions, and figure out the depths of your problem so that you can create a product that is tailored to that problem effectively. Because it's anything to say, oh, this is for this type of person, but you haven't done any research, so you don't even know what type of person that is, right? The third thing you're going to do is find Facebook groups tailored to that problem or dysfunction. Now, Facebook, I almost love Facebook as much as I love Google, especially for business. Why? Because it's so easy to find what it is you're looking for, right? So if you want to, I know, I'm sorry, Lisa, I keep using you as examples, but if you want to, um, if you're making body butters for people who have eczema, you will find eczema relief groups or eczema living with eczema, et cetera, on Facebook. They have these groups, and then you just go in the groups and you research, you get knowledge from the people who you're directly trying to get your product to, okay? Now, some groups do allow promos, some groups don't, but for right now, I would just use those groups straight for research, okay? And then the last thing you can do is to ask Google, baby, okay? Because Google is king. So, whatever questions you have, go ahead and Google. Some things that I suggest doing is when you ask that initial question on Google, when you're about to click on something, open it in a new tab or whatever, read the information, then scroll down to the bottom of Google and click on the one of the top suggested questions following that one and just lead it on a Google Trail. Okay, I call it a Google Trail. Um, I want to give everyone the opportunity and the chance to ask any questions. So if you don't want to talk, at the bottom it should be a chat box. You can type a question, or you can just unmute yourself and ask any questions. So do you all have any questions, or do you all need any help with doing this, or are you good? Okay. Lisa says she's good. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going. Um, yeah. Step 3, research your competition. What are your competitors doing wrong that you can do right? And you guys know I always talk about that sweet gray spot. So when you're going into detail, being a brand groupie, and looking through all of their stuff, being a brand lurker, should I say, and you're researching and you're looking at their stuff, you can say, oh, they're not really connecting to their people. Oh, they always only serve guys, but I know they can serve women too, or I know they can serve babies too, or I know they can, etc., etc. This is where you pinpoint how you will fit in the game. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Now, you can get this completed by, you can check their website, check their social media, you can Google them, you can buy their product or window shop. Like, you ever been to a Mac counter, play with the stuff and all that, window shop. Then you have to analyze and see where you fit into that market. Okay, so since it's a fairly small class, I'm going to give you all a few minutes to write down at least 3 people who you feel are competition, or it can be brand crushes, someone who's offering similar things to you. So I'm just going to give you guys a few minutes to do that. And I have no idea what I'm doing, you guys. Just make sure you take those notes. Mac Tartar Cover Girl. Yes, honey. I'm gonna give you a few more minutes, Lisa. You can drop it in the comments if you would like. I'm trying to get it so that you can see in Bath and Body Works, and also that sounds good. So yeah, I just don't. It won't let me do it anyway. Okay, Ota. Yeah, those are good. Those are good crushes. So as once this workshop is over, you'll be able to really dive deep into what you want to offer and your brand crushes or your competition. Okay, so I'm gonna move on now down to step number 4. Okay, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So the market you choose, and the market that you're going into, because by the time you get to step 4, you guys, you all should have as much research in steps 1 through 3 as possible. So I put this together so that you can follow and go. You might have to pause this webinar, you might have to take notes and come back to it. But by the time you get to this step, you'll be and had all the information you need to get here, because this is one of the most important steps, okay, besides step number 1. So the market you chose, is it really profitable? Okay, so this is what you're going to do. You're going to take notes on product offerings within your industry. This is where you compare pricing on similar products you want. And then, is this niche based product scalable? And all that means is, okay, if you're used to making 50 products in your kitchen in your home, all of a sudden you go viral and now you need to make 500 products or 5,000 products. Is that possible with the product that you're offering? Okay. Okay, someone else just joined in. I'm gonna go ahead and mute you real fast. And yeah, just jump right on in. Okay, so I was giving you all a few minutes so that you can take your notes or write down what it is that you would need to do. Um, have you all done that yet? Or this is probably one of those steps. This is probably one of those steps where you need to take notes and come back to it later. Okay, but having a scalable. Okay, hey girl, hey Landy girl. Okay, so is it scalable? That's where I was. Are you able to go from 50 products to 500 products? Are you able to go from 500 to 5,000 or 50 to 5,000, right? So you need to determine if it's scalable, if you can make profit, and is this even worth the effort? Because, for example, say that it's a red moon watching group and you want to sell these t-shirts that are good for the nighttime, when the red moon pops in, right, or the eclipse, but that only happens 147 years. So that particular product would not be scalable. Why wouldn't it be scalable though? Because it's super niche based, and that specific niche are tailored to whenever that eclipse happens. So you want something that's going to always be around. You want something that you can always use and something that you can fall back on as well. Let me know you guys are following me, and I will go to my next step, which is the last step. So go ahead and drop in the chat. Okay, you good. So, woo, this is the last step, you guys, okay? Focus. Step number 5 is to focus. You can never lose. Ooh, I done went backwards. You can never lose sight of the end goal. You need to make sure that you do your research. You can do A and B testing, which is when you test one way versus the other way and see which one you get more attraction to. And ask questions. It's always good to ask questions, no matter who you're asking, if they're someone who's important in your industry or someone that you would like to sell to. Ask questions, okay? But the most important thing is to always remain focused. Stay motivated, okay? Even when it's hard to do, stay consistent. Don't get discouraged and do the work, okay? You have to do the work. That's all that it basically comes comes down to, because if you don't want to do the work, if you don't put in what you're putting out, what's the point? You get what I'm saying? So you really want to make sure that you're doing what's necessary to get to where you need to be. Okay, let me find something for you guys and see how this will work. Okay, I can't find it. But how do you all feel? Are you taking notes? Are you excited? Are you scared? If you're scared, don't be scared. That's all I'm gonna say is if you're scared, girl, don't be scared. Yes, I'm excited too, Lisa, for you to start up again and really get going. I know you have more confidence now, whether you're working out of an office or you're working out of the kitchen. You're more confident now to really do what it is that you need to do. And that is how you stay motivated. That is how you stay consistent. That's how you don't get discouraged. And that's how you make sure you do the work. I'm so glad you're feeling good, Tiaja. So, um, I'll probably stay on this again till next week. And next, be sure if you're not in that you do get inside of our Facebook Lives so that you can get the full effect of everything that we're doing. Also, I want to let you guys know that I have a boot camp coming up in March, okay? If you're ready to launch that beauty brand of your dreams, but you never know where to start or how to start, or every time you start, you might end up giving up. You don't, you stop, you get stuck. Well, I have a boot camp coming up, and it will take you from idea to I'm in my bag in 8 weeks, okay? The things that we're going to cover is your idea conception, your idea development, your market identity, owning your niche, creating your strategy, and then we're off to the rockets with our launch, okay? Not only will you get access to the Facebook group and a whole another private paid Facebook group where you'll be able to connect with others just like you. You get live training videos. Yes, this is going to be on replay, Tiaja. You're going to get ready for a successful launch, okay? And this is going to be so dope, okay? This is not going to start till March, so you will have more information on it later. But if you are more than ready to start the business and build the business of your dreams, the business that is keeping you up at night, the business that have you shaking in your boots, if you would like complete access to me 24/7, access to my vendors, access to my supplies and my supply list, and would prefer to skip the whole group coaching thing and go right for the one-on-one coaching with me, I will offer you a coaching package today for just $303, okay? I'm only going to be offering this to about 3 or 4 people because number one, I have to group coach, and number two, I want to make sure you're able to get everything that you need out of this, okay? And I'm only offering one-on-one coaching to 3 or 4 people the whole year, okay? So once that's set, if you got me, you got me. If you don't, I'm gone, okay? This is normally about $697. That's where my coaching packages start. But if you are ready and willing, make sure you inbox me, okay? Because I'm offering it to you for $303, and you can make payment plans, okay, and payment arrangements. So just make sure that you guys are ready and on. You don't want to miss this opportunity. Like I said, if you're ready to start and you're serious, I'm offering you full access to me and my resources, okay? So don't sleep. You got to stay woke, like Miguel says, okay? Well, that concludes this coaching call, you guys. I'm so excited, like I'm geeked up. I'm probably going to go live later. I'm so happy you all got to do this workshop. Make sure if you're still on, please make sure you go into the group and talk about your workshop experience. Talk about how was this beneficial to you? What did you like about it and what you didn't like about it, okay? Um, Whoever's just calling in, hey, you can expect this replay if you're called in. I know one of these is Landy. I'm not sure who it is that just joined, but you do get the perks of joining. So make sure you email me and let me know that you were on the call, and I will email you the replay. It doesn't show your name, but everyone whose name is shown and who's on, I will have this replay available for you. Okay, so I'm going to stop this recording.